Business. Should you start a business? Okay, so you may have a great idea, or maybe you know what, you just came off a job and you know you could have done certain things a little bit better, and they just their system wasn't working. You have a better system that you could put in place and maybe sell an idea on how to use that system, whatever, or product. Um, that's all great, but these are the reasons why businesses fail. And it's important you know why businesses fail before you go in so you can address it. Lack of capital, cash. So, running out of money. If you don't have the cash to set up the business structure, to get what it takes to make the product, to, you know, first of all, you need to find out how much cash you need. So, you need to research. You need to get on the computer and start researching what kind of cash you're going to need to get your idea um, out, and what's it going to cost. What's the process of setting up a business, protecting your idea. Maybe you have to get a trademark. Maybe you have to get patent. What are those costs? Are you going to need an attorney? So find out those costs first before committing. It's not a lot of times it's not just, hey, I get business cards and get going. No, sometimes it's not that easy. So you want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Uh, Poor strategic management. You may be great at what you do, but running a business requires its own understanding. You need to learn about running a business. So take courses before diving in. So learn about business. What it takes to uh, move a business forward. It's not just about setting everything up. What do you need? What can you do well? What can you do in the process? That there might be so many pieces, right? Marketing, um, operations. You might have to take the hat of the marketing and the operations and this and that. But there might be a part where you just have if you have no idea how to build a website, yes, you can invest the time, but maybe it makes more sense to get somebody else to help, to do the website. So then that comes back to your cash that you're gonna have to put out. So maybe it makes more sense. That's a better use of your time. So you got to think about these things. So, and that also comes to business planning. You get understanding, having a vision of where you're looking to go before you get started is important. So you need to answer key questions about your product, your service, your business model. Are you going to are you going to sell online, or do you need to rent a store somewhere, a place to open a store? And then you need to understand what the market, what information out there, what it's saying. Is there a market for it? What are projections? What's the need out there for it? And you need to kind of think about those things first. And there's plenty of resources online, but you really need to address these areas. The more you can master these areas before getting started, you're not going to master it perfectly. So let me change that word. The more you can address these areas, um, the more prepared you'll be as things come and change, and all these things happen while you're running your business. Know your why. When things don't go as you planned, when it seems to be going wrong, when no one believes that you will succeed, when your willpower runs out, you better know your why. Not knowing your why, but making sure it is not only knowing your why, but making sure it's much more powerful to you than your what. So I'm going to rephrase this for you. Why you want to succeed in business better be powerful and meaningful to you, so you can push through what you have to do each day to make it happen. This is probably the most important thing. These things will have its own challenges. These other, poor strategic management, your day to day will have its own challenges in this process. So you you know, really need to connect to why you're doing this. Is it for freedom? Okay, remind yourself that I have to make this happen so I can be financially free. Is it for your family? I have to do this. I have to get through. I have to figure this out. I have to solve this problem because my family is depending on me, and I need to make sure they're okay. It needs to be powerful enough to help you push through and solve those problems so you don't give up. Know your resources. These days, there are many opportunities to subcontract out many tasks that you have no business doing yourself. Can you learn to build a website? Yes. Can you save money that way? Yes. Are you really saving money when you spent days of your time getting it up? Time you should have spent on the core activity that you're best at. Focus on what you're great at and outsource the rest. Check out our resource page. So basically, there's so many resources out there. Fiverr, or I don't know if it's pronounced Fever, but Fiverr.com. Just so many contractors just waiting for business to help you with doing a web page or help you with a marketing plan, and they're becoming very low cost. I mean, considering what they're doing for you and the time that they're opening up for you. So I hope these are helpful to you as you consider, should you be starting your own business. Last tab here is know thyself. These are just, I thought it was very important to talk about the 5 stages of grief. As you're going through this process, you lost your job, the anxiety, the, the stress, you're questioning yourself, you're going through these emotions. It's normal, absolutely normal. It's not just because of job loss, but any grief that you experience in your life. There's these stages, and they don't necessarily happen, in the same exact order, or one stage might be more intense for one person and not a big deal to the next person. But in general, these are just some guidelines that a psychiatrist named Elizabeth Kubler-Ross had put together, identified. And we'll go through the first stages. Denial. In this stage, take time to reflect and be real with yourself. This workbook is a good step with this. You want to make sure you're honest with yourself. You're not going to grow and learn until you're honest with yourself, or else you're just going to repeat the same situation. And I don't think you want to do that. Outward anger. Surround yourself with family and friends who understand your challenge until your outward anger subsides. Basically, surround yourself with people you can vent to. They'll listen to you. You need to get off your chest. People you trust. That'll help. Bargaining stage. You're dealing with guilt, being hard on yourself and looking for abstract reasons you became the victim. It is really good to try and focus on what you learned and who you were able to help, and any positives that came from the last job you had, to remind yourself not to lose your confidence. So here you're just beating yourself up, and maybe you have an abstract reason, say, if I wouldn't have done this bad thing to this person, this wouldn't have happened to me, or everything's against me, becoming a victim, and nothing ever goes my way, those kind of things, just beating yourself up. It's normal. You're gonna do it. Just make it as short and sweet as possible. Know that it's just knowing that it's part of the process. When it happens, you'll be able to do it real quick and be like, all right, I know this was supposed to happen anyway. Okay. So the next step was withdrawal. For many, this is a time of depression. It's normal, but you can do some things that can help you through it. While you're working hard to find your next job, make time for hobbies you didn't have time for before. Make exercise a part of your day. Exercise can trigger happiness, reduce stress, and make you feel like you're accomplishing something. This is something you can control. Now, make a quick edit there. You can control, period, yes. So basically, you're gonna want to withdraw because everybody's gonna want to ask how you doing. Did you find a job? And you're gonna withdraw, and then that withdrawal and becoming a hermit, you're gonna become depressed at some point, or you're gonna be presented with the opportunity to be depressed, and you're gonna have to overcome that. You might have moments, and that's fine. Don't stay there because it's just part of the process to get through it. a lot of research points to exercise triggering happiness. Now, it triggers happiness because it helps your body, basically blood flow, and your those genes, those inside, um, endorphins, things getting triggered in your brain, just make you feel better. So it doesn't mean you have to go lift a bunch of weights. Just maybe go for a, a nice walk, or enjoy it outside. Put yourself in nature. Get yourself out from in front of the computer. Um, just every day, take some time, stretch, go, get out of the house, walk, walk. Even if if you feel like you're too busy, just figure out what you can do on your smartphone and just walk. Just get out in nature a little bit, and that'll help you through that process. And acceptance. You understand what happened, and you're getting through it. You can state the facts and take ownership of your role in what led to the job loss without adding the emotional victim scenario to the story. I actually put I put below what mine was, as an example to you, and you can read that when if you request the booklet. I'll put that in there. I won't go over it right now, but basically, the more honest at the end of all this, you should have been able to be extremely honest with yourself, reflect, and take ownership of your part in being laid off or fired. I mean, at the end of the day, and it might be a perceived thing. It could be something that wasn't true, but that was perceived to be true by the previous employer. And that is just as important, because you need to learn how to control that. And there's things you can do. So, but you need to be honest with yourself, with what happened, so you don't repeat it again. I hope this tutorial, or this review of this resource, was helpful to you. Like I said, you can freeze these, you can go back and forth and write this stuff down, or I could just send it to you. If you send me your resume, it's completely free. Actually, when I send it to you, I'll have my resource page completed, and that resource page will have links that I could find that would help you. Like, for instance, I found a link that'll help you, look for insurances to replace your insurances, or and then another link that will help you get a free, um, gym membership. It's like for a couple weeks or something, like just something to help you, um, just some resources to help you in your process. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you. I really do. I've went through this. I know what you're going through. I'm somebody who thinks a lot, and when I put this together, I said, I think I put the spreadsheets and just put something together that can help people. I really want you to be able to use this to get through the process much quicker than I did, and know that it's normal, and know that it's just part of life. But we need to grow from every experience that we have. Let's grow from it, and we only grow if we're honest with ourselves. We didn't always do everything right, and sometimes we did everything right and it happened. But either way, we can live with it. We can live with, hey, we didn't do anything right, if we learn from it. And we can live with being fired and when we know we did a thing right, um, because we did what's right. So this is all a process of growing, and I hope to put out more. Um, I will be putting out more uh, things like this. My goal is to just help people with my experiences, and so you can speed through your experiences quicker and grow faster in your life and have a more meaningful life. So subscribe. I appreciate you guys subscribing, and God bless you guys, and I look forward to doing more videos and hearing from you. Yes, comments please, and I'll put my link to email me so I can send you this resource to you. Okay? All right, take care guys. Goodbye.